Hello, everybody. Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. And it is January 14th, 2020. And I'm here with my weekly update for week 34 on my journey to Onederland using carnivore and alternate day fasting. So let's take a look at how things went here on Big Anklevich on health. Okay, so as usual, we are going to go right into the daily reports of how things went this week, so let's check them out. It is Tuesday, and that means it's an eating day. So this morning I got up and I had myself some bacon and some eggs, as you might have guessed. And that was pretty good. For lunch, I was running a little behind. I ran out. I warmed up what was left over of the roast that my wife made last week and the Philly cheesesteak steak bits that she made also last week. Warmed those up and took them with me in the car and ate them as I drove to work. And they were both tasty and very filling. And one other thing that I also had today, I've been trying to get more fat into my diet just to make sure that I'm getting enough fat because I have really dry skin. And I've heard that if you eat more fat, that will help. That will alleviate that problem possibly. And so I'm hoping to see if I can do that. And I mean, fat's delicious. And I've heard that it's also good for weight loss, so I'm trying it. So when I made my bacon today, I usually make it on a broiler pan. I just put it on that and then put it in the oven at broil temperature, 550, and cook it for, less than 10 minutes usually. And so the grease comes off and it's caught down underneath. And so this time I took that pan and I poured all the oil, all the grease, into a mug, and I brought the mug with me also in the car and a spoon. And yes, this may gross you out, but I took spoonfuls of bacon grease and just ate them. A spoonful of bacon grease. It was actually pretty darn good, to tell you the truth. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but it's delicious. Now, is that going to slow my weight loss? Is that too much fat? I don't know. I guess we shall see. I'm trying it. If it turns out that I find myself gaining weight instead of losing, maybe I'll stop doing it. But considering the state of my skin, I think that I'll probably be okay. I'm probably low on fat. Even doing carnivore, I need to get fattier stuff. Like that steak, the Philly cheesesteak that my wife cooked, that was this sirloin steak that was really low in fat. It's not ribeye steak that has a lot of fat. It's pretty low fat stuff. So I think depending on what cut of meat you're eating, you might want to get extra fat. And so that's what I'm doing. So yeah, that mug was a mug full of bacon grease, and I didn't eat it all. There's still plenty left over. I put it in the fridge here at work. I'm going to take it home with me, and I'm going to use it again on Thursday. But for now, I'm fasting, and I'll be fasting for approximately 40 hours, and I'll eat again come Thursday morning. Okay, it is Wednesday, and I am fasting, and I was really hungry today. Gotta get used to it again, I guess. I was a little grumpy earlier today because of that, but it's passed, as it always does. It was right around the 24-hour mark. Now I'm up to probably, 30 hours maybe, 28, something like that. And I'm doing fine. I'm getting along. I'm gonna make it. Okay, it is Thursday, and that means I ate today. I got up and I was totally planning on doing it all right today, which I'm sure you might expect means that I didn't. But here's what I did. My plan was I was just going to eat some meat and only meat. I wasn't even going to do eggs. I got up and I had bacon. I made a pound of bacon, and then I took a pound of ground beef and I fried that up with some salt. I had that for breakfast. I probably ate both the pound of bacon and a pound, maybe a little less than a pound of ground beef. I couldn't eat it all. It was actually 1 1/3 pound in the package, so what I fried up was a little bit more than a pound, and I probably ate 75% of it. And then later, when it was time for lunch, I started cooking up a ribeye steak that I had, and I was going to eat the rest of the ground beef, so I started eating that. And then while I was cooking the steak, I noticed that there was some cream in the fridge, and I thought, that might be good. And so I had a little sip of it, and then I had another little sip of it, and a little bit more. And I've been trying to skip the dairy, but I didn't manage again. Then I had a piece of cheese, a little slice of Munster. Then I noticed, sadly, that there was some whipped cream in the fridge. My wife has started keto since we've started 2020, and so some of that stuff that I used to cheat with back when I was on keto, oh my gosh, I would go through like a can of whipped cream in a day when I was on keto sometimes, and that still lingers. That still nips at my heels for sure. So yeah, when I saw this, I thought, I'll have a little, just one swallow should be fine. And then I had 2, 3, 5 swallows. I'm not sure how many I had how many mouthfuls of whipped cream I had before I quit. But I don't know how high the sugar content is in that stuff. I can never figure it out. The serving size on that thing is just so, I think it's really small. It tells you that there's almost no sugar in it, but I'm sure that if you get an actual serving that someone would actually eat, yeah, it's probably got plenty. So we'll see how much that screwed me up. My ribeye did finally finish cooking, and I ate that while I was on my way to work. I was actually unable to quite finish it. There was probably, 2, 3 bites left, and I was just like, I'm stuffed. I'm just gonna have to call it there. That was probably because of my cream and whipped cream that I ate. That filled me up instead. I filled myself up with some crappy stuff instead of the better stuff, but I guess that happens. So yeah, I ate almost 3 pounds of meat today. Maybe more, I don't know. Somewhere right around 3 pounds of meat. I've been feeling good today. I'm nice and warm. I haven't even needed to put on my jacket, even inside my ice box of an office. So maybe I just need to eat more meat. I didn't eat really any of the bacon grease that I've been saving. I didn't eat any extra fat like I did on Tuesday. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe it was because I was more full. Maybe the stuff that I ate already had enough fat in it that I didn't feel like I needed it. Tasted okay, but I only had a couple spoonfuls, and then I was just like, nah, not feeling it. So I didn't. Now I'm fasting, and I'll be fasting all the way on through to Saturday. So off we go. Okay, it is Friday. Today was a fasting day, so I have eaten nothing, and I've managed just fine. So I guess I'm getting back to it. One thing I have noticed, and I've been watching a lot of videos about oxalates recently, so maybe that's why I'm thinking this is what it is, but I've noticed my back hurts down, there's a spot that's hurt, and I wonder if it comes from the oxalates that I consumed when I ate all that chocolate. I ate a whole lot of chocolate over Christmas, and I've been feeling, I used to get pains in my hip sockets early on in carnivore and before, back when I was eating poorly, and I've been getting that a little bit too. Pains in my hip sockets, but definitely my back has been hurting for the last few days. It kind of went out on me the other day, and it's been hurting. Hasn't completely gone back to normal. And I wonder, is that got anything to do with those oxalates? I wouldn't be surprised if it does, but who knows. Anyways, I'm doing just fine, fast my way through, and it looks like the weight might be starting to come off. Hopefully that'll keep going. Okay, it is Saturday. And it didn't go well today. Okay, so I started out the day with eggs and bacon. My eggs this time around, I put some sausage into, and that was good, and I was nice and full for a while. But I started out just kind of in a bad way, and I had myself some cheese. Probably had a little sip of milk as well, which, too much carbs in milk. You don't want to get started on that because it's just going to lead you in the wrong direction. I've been having a little bit of an issue recently because most of my family has started doing keto since the new year, and today was particularly bad because all my girls they're sugar addicts like me, and so they've been off sugar for a couple of days, and now they're desperate to get their hands on some. They're just like, they were talking constantly all day today about what it was that they wanted to eat so bad. Oh, a nice warm chocolate chip cookie would be so good right now. And yeah, I'd have to agree with that. And so I have a hard time constantly being reminded about it. Later in the day, I had some hamburgers, a couple of hamburger patties with some cheese on top. And I think at the same time, I also had a couple of cheese roll-ups. Cheese is another one of those things that kind of kicks me, it primes me for screw up. And yeah, later after that, I went out grocery shopping with the girls, and they wanted this, they wanted that, they wanted just all sorts of stuff. Mostly we didn't get it, but we did get some stuff. And on the way home, we busted out, we opened up the can of whipped cream and just sprayed it into our mouths one at a time. Each one of us took a mouthful, and then I had another mouthful and another and another and another and another. I don't know how much I had, but I ate a lot of it. And that wasn't it. When I got home, I also had a little thing of dark chocolate that they had gotten for themselves as their treat while they were on keto. And then I had a little bit more chocolate that I found up in the cupboard that my wife had gotten a little while ago for Valentine's Day, I guess. So I had a bunch of chocolate. So I'm still not out of the woods yet. Oh, I thought I was there. I thought I was getting there. I thought I had overcome my cravings, but they're still there. I'm sure it's going to set me back. I was getting there. I was dropping down. I was almost back into the 220s. I'm sure I just jumped right back up to probably 240 again. We shall see. But I am planning to go hardcore next week, though. I won't start tomorrow. I'll start on Tuesday. And I'm going to go full beef, salt, and water, nothing else. Do that for at least a whole week. Hopefully longer. But yeah, I'm going for it. And we're going to see. Hopefully that can kickstart me going. We shall see. I'm sure I'll talk more about that in the actual post-report stuff. Okay, it is Sunday, and I'm doing that thing that I used to always do, even back when I was super addicted to sugar and stuff. And then I'd be like, okay, I am going to start a diet tomorrow. And so then, since it was going to start tomorrow, well, I better freaking live it up today. And so I would go out and I would eat every last damn thing that I could get my hands on. Yeah, that's what I did today. So I was out and about at a couple of stores, and I thought, hey, I should take a look and see what kind of thing that I could eat real quick before I go. Because I decided yesterday that, you know what, it's time to do the all beef thing. And so yeah, I've been eating all sorts of chocolate and caramel popcorn, and every bad thing. There was at one point today where I was like, oh, okay, it's time for me to stop all these cravings, and I fried up a pound of ground beef and I ate that, and I was so full and I didn't want anything, but it didn't last, because that's the thing about carbohydrates. You can still manage to stuff them in if you if you want, and that's what I did. I'm sure that my weigh-in is completely ruined. I was actually on the way down. I was almost back into the 20s. I'm probably going to be in the 40s, I think, by the time I weigh in this Tuesday. But it's okay, because I really am. I'm going all beef, and I think it's going to help. I think I can get things under control if I do that, hopefully. So tomorrow I will fast, and then, yeah, we'll get on that. Okay, it is Monday, and yeah, I'm supposed to be fasting today, but I'm still blowing it. I'm still, my problems continue. I made the determination that I was going to switch over to all beef starting after my weigh-in tomorrow. And yeah, today I was sitting there and I was thinking, well, it's not time yet for that. And I saw some stuff in the fridge. I ate it. Even though I wasn't supposed to be eating anything, I just thought, nah, I'll just eat it. And I ate it. And I ate this and I ate that. I don't know even. I can't even recall what all I ate. Some ice cream, some other stuff, chocolate, just more of the same. But that's okay. Everybody fails sometimes. Tomorrow, I'm starting anew, and I'm going to get a handle on things, and I'm going to go for 6 more months of being awesome. So, that's okay. Okay, so another blown week. I was doing good. I was getting there. I did have a little slip up with some whipped cream on, the Thursday? But I was doing okay, at least on my fasting days. And then the weekend came and I fell apart. I cheated a ton, and then I thought, well, now that I'm cheating, might as well do it. So I went all out for the rest of the week, and oh my gosh, it's going to be bad. Guarantee it's going to be bad, but let's take a look at what my weigh-in says. Oh, jeez. That is so bad. I can't believe that. I haven't weighed this much since August. That's taken me so far back. I hope it doesn't take 6 months to get myself back to where I was. Oh, it's so bad. I gained 8.2 pounds this week, which means I've dropped my total weight loss all the way down to 53.7 pounds. I was at 75 in the start of December. Anyways, my percentage is all the way back to 18.08%. It's really frustrating. And yeah, it is exactly what I was saying in that video. It's one of the habits that I used to have when I was a yo-yo dieter years ago. I would decide I was going low carb or something like that, and I would say, okay, well, that means I got to do what I call the load day. I need to just load up on all those things that I wouldn't be able to eat anymore. And then, I don't know, maybe I thought I would make myself sick of them, or somehow I thought that this helped me to lose weight in the end, which, I mean, I guess it did, because I put on a ton of pounds real fast, and then I would take them back off and I feel good about myself. Hey, I lost 10 pounds. Yeah, you peed out a bunch of water that you gained from your load days last week, you dummy. So yeah, It's a stupid thing that I did over this past weekend. One of those bad habits that I have from before. And hopefully I can overcome it still. Hopefully I'm not totally screwed. But yeah, starting today, it is beef, salt, water, nothing else. No eggs, no bacon, which, those are my staples. I eat those all the time. I'm not even having those. I got a bunch of ground beef, big old fat tube of this stuff in my fridge. I've got some roast, I've got some steak, and that's what I'm going to eat this week. Nothing else. One thing I think I may have said a while back, I'm really grateful that I chose carnivore as the diet to go with because, there's a very clear line of what you can have and what you can't have. And it keeps me from straddling that line, from walking off into the cheat land. At least it used to. But I'm hoping that it will help me get back onto that. Now I've gone as structured as possible with my eating this time. And I'm hoping that that's really going to work. It's really going to get me back on the right track. I won't have any issues anymore because I know exactly what I can eat. And it's not any of that other stuff. I won't be like, oh, whipped cream. That's cream, so that's animal product. That's okay. I can have some of that, right? Which, of course, leads into me eating a whole can of whipped cream and then thinking, well, now that I've done that, I might as well eat some chocolate. So, I'm hoping that this week coming up is going to be much better than the week I just left behind. I didn't make my goal, obviously, this week. I think I said my goal was 234. And I'm at 244 almost. So that was not good. I'm going to make my goal ambitious this week coming up, though. I want to be back at 236 by the end of this week. And I think I can do it. I think that most of that weight should come off quick as long as I stick with the program. So this week I'm going to stick with the program and we're going to get some real results. And we're going to see how many weeks in a row that I can lose at least as much as I gained this week. So we're going to do that and it's going to be good. So that's what's going on. Let's see how things turn out. Thanks for watching. Big Anklevich on health.